I love working remotely and it can be amazing, but sometimes it can also be a freaking pain in the ass. Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to another week of Wins and Fail, where I share my weekly struggles and learning running my own business. And this week I want to talk about remote work. I've been talking a lot about remote work and I love it. I enjoy working with clients abroad. I enjoy hiring subcontractors from other countries, and I feel like, in a way, it's the future of work. Talent is global. You can work from anywhere these days. The internet allows us to communicate better and to work from anywhere. Incredible. Love it. But sometimes the fact that you have your team not in one room that can really solve a problem really fast, and having the team distributed is a real pain in the ass. And I want to share some of the struggles that I've been going through lately. So I've been sharing on previous weeks that one of the top priorities that I'm trying to work on my business right now is fixing up all the tracking of my business. So I have an online course where I'm teaching other designers how to use Webflow to build websites. And, I have my YouTube channel, I have Instagram account, I have, ads running around. So there's a bunch of content that leads people into finding out about my course. A lot of people have signed up and purchased. And at the end of the day, where I see the sales coming in or the new students, I'm trying to understand where they came from, to understand what's working more, what's working less, so that I can, better produce content and better do things that bring more sales into the business. Now, because of the way that my business is structured, going across multiple domains, keeping track, Google Analytics does not understand what's going on because it loses people on the way. And at the end of the day, I can't know from somebody who purchased where he initially come from. And as a business owner, imagine you have a client that you don't know how he found out about you. You're not going to be able to get more amazing clients like that. So I've been working to solve that, and I've been working. I couldn't find, honestly, anybody locally that will help me with this, because I needed actually two experts to help me with that. So the first one is somebody who's really expert on Google Analytics and what's called Google Tag Manager, and really setting up Google Analytics in a way that helps you understand this funnel, where they came from, where people are dropping, and having what's called the source to understand, again, where they're coming from. So I needed somebody who really understand how to set up Google Analytics correctly. I also needed a developer that will help me write some custom API code, which means, I have a CRM. CRM is a client management, relationship management software. It doesn't matter. I'm working with a tool called Ontraport to see at each one of my students, and that's the tool that I use to send emails to. So my CRM is called Ontraport. Then I have the tool which I use for running the webinars, which is Webinar Jam. Then I have the platform which I'm selling my online course from. It's called Teachable. And so all these systems have to sync together, and I've used something called Zapier to make connections. So if somebody signs up for a webinar, a new contact is opened up in my CRM. Anyway, I'm digging way down into the problem, but I needed a developer to write all this code that will, do what. So I'll have in my CRM, again, the data of this customer, where did he came from, what emails did he got, did he purchase, did he not. Anyway, I had to work with two experts, right? Let's make this simple. I had to work with two experts, a developer and a Google Analytics tracking. So I couldn't find them locally. I don't know anybody personally who knew. I know a lot of developers, but not somebody who was specifically an expert in the APIs that I needed. And I don't know personally any Google Analytics expert. And so I went to Upwork. I know that Upwork has, specifically in the design community, kind of a bad reputation. But honestly, you can find experts there. You can look at the reviews and understand, if they did a good work in the past. So I wasn't looking for the cheapest contractors. I was looking for the best people I could find. And so the two people that I found were, one of them was from the Google Analytics expert was from Slovakia, I think, or Slovenia. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. And the second one, the developer, was from India, but don't get me wrong, just because India might have bad reputation for, cheap labor. This guy charges me, I think, something like $50 or $70 per hour, and he's a really good developer. But having those two people, each of them is on a different time zone. And the problem is that I have to collaborate with the two of them and run information between them. So I might, the Google Analytics guy will tell me, okay, we need to pass some parameters. So when somebody clicks a link, you need to add something to the button. Okay, so I'll ask the developer to do that because not everybody is online at the same time. By the time I tell him to do that, a few hours will pass. Then he will tell me he finished. Then he'll tell the other guy, okay, please test this. Now he's working on something else. He's remotely. So he's going to do the testing in another hour. Eventually, what happened was that we've been working on this project, and it's a complicated project, I would admit, but we've been working on it for about a month and a half now. And for me personally, it's been so painful. Now, I actually believe that if we all got into the same room, for 5 hours, maybe 5 hours is a little, exaggeration, but I believe that if we were in the same room together working on this, we could actually fix all the problems. We could have brainstormed. We could have, solved this right away. Now, could we do kind of like a 5-hour Zoom or something like that? Have everybody online at the same time for a period of time and try to solve this again? Perhaps. Maybe just now, after this happened, and I'm realizing how much time was lost during this period, that perhaps for the next project, I will try to do something like that. But it is hard because we're on different time zones. Everybody is, doing some other things along the way. Some of those things require a little time to pass so they can see if the system, the data passes correctly and everything happens. But this project has been so painful for me, trying to collaborate across the world, across different people, and running this team this way. Even though we've been, doing, instance messaging, we've been doing live call, video call, screen sharing. We've been using all the tools that are, making remote work amazing. Still, it was very painful and took a lot of time. So I'm not going to give up on remote work, because I definitely believe that this is the future of work, and you do have access to amazing talent all around the world. Even, again, this is not about the money. I just couldn't find here in Tel Aviv the people that I needed immediately with, references to know that they've done something similar. I wasn't looking for specific countries, but those were the countries where I found people who had the skills that I needed available. And so I'm probably going to keep doing this, but sometimes it's very frustrating. Sometimes there's a cost to working remotely, which should be said, by the way. I'm listening to the book Remote right now by the guys from 37 Signal Basecamp, and this book obviously wants to talk about all the good things about remote work and try to encourage everybody to work remotely. And even though they're trying to share the pros and cons of working remotely, obviously they're trying to promote the idea of working remotely. And so I am for the idea of working remotely, but just know that sometimes there's going to be a cost to it. There's going to be delays. Things are going to take more time. It's going to be frustrating, and I will try to take away from this experience about maybe trying to schedule a whole day. We'll be online working on this together live, simulating the effect of having people in the same room. But it's not always easy. It's not always glorious to work remotely. Sometimes it is very painful. Hope that was valuable for you. Hope you'll take away maybe ideas here how to solve the next time that you're working remotely, either with clients or with teammate. Have an awesome day. I'll catch you on the next video.